super easy install. Takes maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes, depending on how quick you are with certain things. Oh. Tell me it's broken. I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
And this is Kart Life TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kart Life TV, where we do fun and dumb stuff with golf carts. Got a kind of different video today because we're working on a bunch of different projects all at the same time while we're waiting for more parts to come in, right?
It's insane right now.
It's really crazy. Way busier than we thought we'd ever be. But today, what we're going to do is install one of our powered triangles. And this is something pretty cool. We came up with this idea when we were building 11, the red cart from the ultimate build we did over the summer. And it was so popular and worked so well, people wanted them. So we actually offer them on our website at lowspeedliving.com. We're on the shop app now, so you can follow us on shop also. And if you can't afford the $150 in one payment, you can make payments through Shop Pay, right?
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys can do that. If you do want these, we do have some available right now. They are in stock. We're gonna just like get right to it, and we're gonna install this triangle on this golf cart we're working on right back here. All right, guys. So this is our powered triangle available on lowspeedliving.com. It's really cool. What we do is we started with the that super thick, heavy-duty plastic triangle. These are great, right? They're not like that galvanized metal. You're not gonna cut yourself on it. It's not gonna rust. It's not gonna rattle. It's a really nice triangle. And what we did was we powered it with running lights, brake lights, and a license plate bracket. And we designed it to fit right on the back of a golf cart here. And one of the main reasons why we went with this design on 11 was because when you have riders on the back, and Joe's gonna show you, and they're sitting on the back seat there, their legs actually block the running lights, the tail lights, the brake lights, the turn signals, all that stuff. This at least takes care of most of that and brings the lights out behind the grab bar back here on the Mad Jack seats, the GTW seats, and some of the other ones. Great mounting location for the triangle, and this one will solve a lot of your problems and incorporate a lot of the stuff that you need to be street legal all in one shot.
Yeah, that's why I like it. Everything in one shot to be street legal.
And it looks super cool at nighttime. We got a bunch of shots of 11, our red ultimate build from the summer running around. We'll show some of those on the screen here. The visibility is awesome, and it's a great upgrade for your golf cart. Right here at lowspeedliving.com, you can go pick one up. But what we're gonna do now is install it right here on this Mad Jack's 250 Genesis seat. All right, guys, so we made this product pretty much foolproof and as easy as possible to install. It's pre-wired with plenty of wire here to run down to underneath the golf cart where you can make this connection to the lighting system. There's a few things you're gonna need to install this. One is you're gonna need a drill with some drill bits or some self-tapping screws to mount the triangle to the bar just like that, right? You're gonna need to drill a hole in the grab bar here so you can run your wire down through the tube and out to the tail light where you make your connection. You also need some kind of tape measure to mark the middle here and line up the middle of the back of the triangle. You'll need some wire loom, and you'll need some butt connectors or solder and heat shrink just to make sure that your connections are all good. I'm gonna start with showing you guys where we're gonna make the connections because this golf cart's already set up for it. We made those already, and we have the wire actually ran down here because this is one of our custom builds. It's gonna feature the reverse lights and the triangle on the back. What you wanna do is you wanna remove your tail light, and I think Joe already loosened this one.
Yeah, it should come out.
It should just pop out. There it goes. And you can see here, we tapped in the 3 wires to the light kit here. We have a ground wire, we use the blinker wire, and the running light wire. Right, so you just got to figure out, all the light kits are different, you just got to figure out which one of those wires is what. It's pretty easy to do just by testing them. And once you have your wire ran down here, it's really simple to make the connection underneath here. And one thing you want to do, if you're not going to make a permanent connection with this, is you could add butt connectors or like a quick connect. So if you ever have to remove the back seat kit, you don't have to like cut the wires or do anything. We're gonna permanently mount this one and solder these connections together because we like to be super waterproof and everything. So I guess what the best thing to do is just probably start and go at it, right?
Yep.
All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, so first thing we're gonna do is find the center point between the two bars here on the grab bar. And we have approximately 21 and a half. So that's going to be, what, 10 3/4, right? Yeah, 10 3/4. So we're gonna take 10 3/4 and we're just gonna put a little mark there at 10 3/4. The next thing we're gonna do is kind of line up on the back here on the triangle, right with the mark we made. And look at the triangle here. It has a straight line running dead center down the middle. And then we have holes here and here where the wire comes out of for the lights, right? And it runs down here. Everything is connected here with solder, so you don't have to worry about it coming apart. It's a really good connection. And then we use, of course, heat shrink here, the waterproof one, kind of seal everything up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna line it up right here with the mark we made at 10 3/4, right there. And I like to make sure that the wire is underneath the grab bar here because we are gonna be heat shrinking that with some loom. So we line up the center line here with the mark we made, and I like to make a couple marks kind of here and here. And then we measure down 1 inch from these marks and we know exactly where our holes are gonna be. A good place to put them is dead center here and here. So you could actually measure, you can mark your first one right there and make that measurement. Do the tape measure. And we have exactly 1 inch. What we're doing is going to come over here on this side and go 1 inch. One inch right there. And 1 inch right there. And then we have an exact symmetrical point where we're going to drill our holes to mount this thing. Nice and easy. There you go. There's one. Okay.
Even professionals make mistakes.
And there's the other. So there we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we line this up with our center point now. And what I'm going to do is kind of bring it down so that the holes are as centered on this bar as I could possibly get here. I'm going to take a punch or a marker or whatever you want. You're just going to mark where your holes are going to go, and then we're going to take it off again. And boom. So I got 2 marks here and here. So I kind of have an idea of where the holes are going to go. And to find the center point, it's 1 inch wide. I'm going to come down exactly a 1/2 inch and make another hole right there. And that one's already kind of there, but we're just going to get it perfect. All right, so there's so many different ways that you can mount these things. Some people you could through bolt them if you want. You could use self drillers and just kind of go right into the metal without doing anything fancy. What we do, because we like the way it looks and because it's super clean, is we use the rivet nuts or the nut certs, and we drill 3/8 inch holes right where our marks are, and then we rivet nut these into the holes, and then we could thread in a 1/4 20 fastener of your choice. This is like a socket head Allen. You could use a regular bolt, you could use a Phillips screw. But what's nice about these is you can take them on and off. They look super clean and they don't come all the way through, so you don't have to put a nut on the back. So,
Plus, you don't bust the passengers don't bust their knees on it.
yeah, there's a lot of good reasons why you would want to use the nut certs. So I'm gonna just drill a little pilot hole. One. Two. Now I got to open that up to 3/8, which is this size here, but I'm going to go one more in between so I don't hog this metal or burn out bits for no reason. So take your time drilling. There's no rush. All right, this is our nut cert tool. You guys have seen this plenty of times. You can pick this up on Amazon. I think we paid $20-something for it, and it came with some nuts. Really easy. What you do, you open it up like this. You take your nut cert, and you thread it on like that. You stick it in the hole, and then you just kind of rivet it in and unscrew. All right, and then look, before we put the triangle on, you can see how these thread right in. There it is. Perfect. So we're going to mount this to our nut certs now. Just kind of take the fasteners and you start them in, right, like that. It should line right up. They do. That's it. Boom. So we use stainless steel, of course, and nothing coming through the other side, and it's super secure right there. So now we're gonna move on to wiring. All right.
The best part.
Best part. All right. So we're gonna use the driver's side of the lighting harness to make our connection, and that's just kind of like what I usually do. Not for any particular reason, just because I'm used to doing it there. We're gonna drill a hole here. I like to go like 1/2 inch. It kind of seems like it's a big hole, but it's really not. And then it just makes it easier to run the wire down. I'm gonna start with 3/8. And I'm gonna open it up to 1/2 inch. A little bit more, just a little bigger, another 1/8. What I want to do is I want to just prep this wire a little bit to make it easier for us. And I gave you plenty of slack here to make these connections. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple inches off 2 of the wires and leave 1 all the way down. And I'll show you why in a second. It's just going to make it easier to pull when you get the wire down past the bolts. Just take a little piece of tape, keep everything together so it doesn't unravel. It's like a little pro tip maybe. All right, so we got that now, right? So we got the wire through. One thing that might help you is, and we didn't realize this till after we started, remembered how we did it on the red cart, was you stagger the wires. It helps you get it through over here and here because the Mad Jacks, they actually sleeve these, and we didn't need to remove these at all, to be honest, because they don't touch the wire. Because there's a sleeve that goes through the entire bar to give it more support, which is nice. But with some finagling and some patience, you get this wire down through here very easily. Now the second to last thing that we're going to do is make the connections, and then we're going to loom it all up, put the light back in, and test it. All right, so we're going to make our connections now. Every one of these triangles has plenty of slack on it. We gave you plenty of wire where you could run it up and make the connection up here in the taillight. In this case, we already have our wires ran down because I made the splice a long time ago when I did the initial wiring of this golf cart. But it's the same exact thing. Here we have a brown wire, a black wire, and an orange wire, and that's just what I used in the harness. The orange wire is the brake wire, the brown wire is the running lights, just the regular tail lights, and then black is ground, and we use the ground for everything. Over here on the triangle, and when you purchase these, and in the description it tells you what these wires are for. You have a black wire for ground, a green wire for running lights, and a red wire for brake lights. I thought those colors made sense. Green go, red brake light, black ground, of course. So I don't need this much slack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of cut it into a spot here where it's easy for me to work on. I'm gonna make these connections. I'm gonna solder them all together, and then we're gonna clean it up with some wire ties, just kind of keep everything up here. But real simple, I'm gonna strip some wire off here, each one of these. All right, guys, we got our triangle mounted. Power connections are made. Before we completely close this up and loom everything, we're just gonna test it to make sure, which is always a smart thing to do.
Yep.
Brake light, you ready?
Nice. Works good.
All right, clean it up.
It's my least favorite part.
Putting the loom on.
Yep.
Before we call it a day, is just kind of bundle this up here nice. 'Cause I'm gonna be working on this some more. You could finalize yours when you're ready, but I'm gonna just zip tie it, get it out of the way. There's plenty of holes up here to use to run zip ties, especially if you're not putting steps and stuff on these. But so. And that's it. Installation is complete.
Nice.
And it looks great.
It always does.
Always does. All right, guys, thanks for joining us today while we installed our powered triangle on the back of this Club Cart Precedent here. Pretty easy to do. It takes about half hour, 45 minutes, depending on how good you are with tools and how quick you can figure things out. Just take your time. Hardest part is running the wire down the tube here for a super clean install. Those of you who aren't comfortable doing that, nothing wrong with running a wire loom down here and zip tying it, right? You can do that if you want. Best thing to do, drill the hole, run it down. If you'd like these triangles, they're available at lowspeedliving.com. They're 150 bucks. They come pre-wired with plenty of wire on there to make the connection to the taillight. Just take your time. Super easy install. Awesome accessory for a golf cart, especially if you're gonna be running on the street and you want to be street legal. Definitely an improved light here for visibility. Running lights, brake lights, license plate bracket with the light on it. All pre-wired, plug and play, simple, ready to go. That's it. If you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Cart Life TV. Let us know how we do. If you like this triangle, you can pick one up right here at lowspeedliving.com. You can pick up a cool Cart Life t-shirt or a hat or some other awesome golf cart accessories. We're on shop.com now. Make sure you check us out. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace.